You like 70s music?
Oh yeah.
What's your jam?
Pink Floyd.
Pink
Oh, I
Floyd?
love
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd, Zeppelin,
Yeah.
some of that old stuff. I'm
Yeah.
seeing
I respect that.
Government Mule in concert in July. They do a lot of Pink Floyd stuff.
Yeah.
So
Good
excited
stuff.
for it.
See, my brother introduced me to that stuff.
That's
So
the good
that's why
music.
Kiss and Pink Floyd and Zeppelin, those were all key. Billy Joel, like those were his things.
I like
and,
Billy Joel.
and I actually oddly like Grateful Dead in the 90s,
Mm.
but not really before.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom loved the song Touch of Grey,
Hmm.
even though she refused to allow her hair to go gray.
So there's this weird station on Sirius XM my wife makes fun of me listening to all the time. It's called Yacht Rock.
Love Yacht Rock.
I
They play it
love
at the
Yacht
office
Rock.
all the time.
I sit outside, smoke a cigar, and
At
listen
the
to
Villas
Yacht
at Old
Rock.
Harbor.
Oh, okay.
I love Yacht Rock.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite songs is Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Mhm.
It's the summertime makes me feel fine.
Oh yeah.
Love that song.
So I love Michael McDonald. That's constantly played on there, and I've come to like Steely Dan.
I feel like they play like the same like 50 songs over and over.
I feel like they do
Because
too.
we pipe it through
like
at
them
the
every
congas. I love it. But that summer, what is the name of that song?
I was about to belt it out, but
And I love the song Brandy.
I have to hear it. I
Brandy.
know I've heard it.
Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Oh yeah.
What a fine life you'll be.
Yep.
About the Navy.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the stories of the old movies.
Yeah. That's good music.
They're just looking at us.
Yeah, me and
I know.
Jonathan we're a little separate.
So the problem now is like whenever I try to adapt to new music,
I
and
can't do it
I
anymore.
can't, man. It's just, and which means that I'm getting old. That's all.
As soon as I heard I'm in love with an
No.
emu girl, I was out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had to Google what is an emu girl. I'm like, what the hell am I listening to?
Yeah.
Emu
Emu.
or emo?
Whatever. Whatever. Emu, emo, ergo, I don't know.
No, the new music is not
It's
not
rough.
what it used to
Nah, it's
because
kinda trash.
it lasts
It's
1 to
trash.
5 years.
Yeah.
You know,
If that, because
If
usually
that,
it goes
oh, yeah.
straight to streaming, and then like hopefully you'll get like maybe a summer jam,
yeah.
and then you're.
Well, yeah, people listen. They have the ability to listen to songs over and over and over and over and over.
Mhm.
And I'm guilty of it too. I listen to the same song, 5 times in a
Yep.
day.
Yeah.
I couldn't really do that.
Yeah.
I used to not be able to do
Oh
that.
man, we were at the Pearl last night,
Mhm.
which is like a little nicer restaurant, and they were playing It's Tricky, and my husband gets so mad at me because I have to sing. Like,
You
there's
kind of have
certain
to,
songs
yeah.
I have to sing. And, like, we'll be in the car, and he was like, "No one needs to hear you sing this." And like, I wasn't paying attention to dinner because I'm like, "It's Tricky." I love that song.
Listen.
And they
While
play a lot of cake there.
we're talking about spouses, I love your husband.
Everyone loves
Steve,
Steve.
Steve is awesome. I absolutely love Steve.
He's
Everyone
hilarious.
loves Steve. I don't know. And like, I forget how shy he is.
Oh, he hates people.
And he's so shy.
See, I don't get. I mean, I guess I could see it, but like, I saw him a couple of weeks ago. I was having a buyer consult
Oh,
at
yeah.
Starbucks.
He's like, I saw Darryl.
And he
was,
walks
like, all
up to me.
excited.
He's like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "Hey," I was like
He was all
really happy to
excited.
see him.
But he loves you.
Yeah.
So like, it's like people that he's comfortable with, like, he's fine there, and that's what makes me forget that he's so shy.
Yeah.
But he loves the team,
Mhm.
and everybody. And we were at dinner one night with like the whole team, which
Mhm.
stresses him out to have everybody and their spouses in that kind of setting. And he'd gotten a bottle of wine,
Mhm.
and one of the agents was like, "They'll cork there for you," and he's like, "Cork what?" And it was completely empty. He's like, "That is how I got through this occasion." So,
We love Steve.
but we were literally like 2 seconds away from home. So
Oh yeah, we don't get to see him often, but
no.
we get excited too when we know we're gonna see him.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. I
Like,
mean,
I've been places that like, oh, guess who I see or whatever, and it was before Slavy was on our team, and I took a picture of Slavy. I'm like, guess who came to see us? And he's like, I'll be right over. So then he came over to see him too. So, and
Nice.
like when we go out to eat and stuff, like we get to know our servers all really well,
Mhm.
and we have like the same servers all the time. Which they're going to this new system, by the way, which I hate.
Who's they? Still the Pearl?
Just restaurants in
Oh.
general. So, and Cameron Mitchell's new restaurant is going to this system. So, like, Carrabba's is doing it, Bonefish is doing it, where they have a drink runner. My drink is a process.
oh yeah.
It is iced tea, but it is a process.
Explain the process, please.
So
I think Jonathan could probably do it. He's heard it so many times.
Yeah, let's hear
Go for
it.
it.
Let's hear it.
So she's unsweetened iced tea, extra lemons. She's a glass with ice in it. What else?
The pink sweetener.
Right, a lot of pink sweetener.
It's a process. I do like 2 lemons per glass and 4 sweetened though.
We
per
usually
glass.
just say
It's a
bring
process.
out a plate of lemons.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
she
and
says
usually
she
if I
likes
don't
to,
say
but-
that, because I want to see what I'm going to get, the agents on my team will be like, just bring out a bowl of each.
She needs them.
So I take it you never drink like a McDonald's sweet tea.
Not a sweet tea. I do have a nice little trick with McDonald's now, because everyone else is unsweet tea. It's like $4. Like I was paying $5 at Starbucks, and I'm like, forget that. So the McDonald's here at least has I can buy one get one for free for $1.69, and I have my 2 teas for the day.
I was gonna say, it saves you a lot of money when you get 2 a day, and
I
sometimes 1 to 2 bubble teas as well.
Yeah, the bubble teas are a problem.
I've never had a bubble
They're
tea.
really good.
Yeah.
It's sweet though.
I'm trying to drink more water.
I really
dropping
need
this-
to.
Dropping the LBs, man. I couldn't wear this shirt a couple of months ago, so
There you go.
I really need to
We're getting
drink
there.
more water, and I've been trying to at least stretch and stuff in the morning. I need to do the treadmill, so I need to up my time on the treadmill. So I do like exercise stuff like 30 minutes. He's been working out pretty regular.
Yeah.
And walking to school.
you know, like one of the things, and we're totally off subject, but one of the things that
Oh yeah.
You don't have
We
a
figured we
subject
would
here.
be. Yeah.
one of the things that really has helped me is I used to be a person that only slept like 5 hours a night, and now I try and get at least 8 in, and it's helped me dramatically.
So I try to get at least 8 in. When we're busy, it gets kind of rough, but I go to bed at like 8:30.
So how are you not? What time
I
do you
get
get
up at like 4:30.
Oh, jeez.
I get like a full day's work done before half of you lazy people are waking up.
Yeah, I'm one of those lazy people.
But then again,
Yeah.
at 9 o'clock when you're still working,
Yeah.
because
Hey, I
You're
set
cl-
alarms to wake myself up at 9
she
p.m.
does, she does. We wrote it off her a couple weeks ago, and she was like, I set an alarm for like 30 minutes, and just text me if they sign it. I'll send it over.
I still wake up. I'm still ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't drink or anything. I'm always ready to go.
I used to go to bed at 2 and wake up at like 7.
I remember that I couldn't do that, but I remember going to bed at 2 and like get up around 9.
Yeah.
Like I used to think I was more productive at night, but now I just like it early morning. I don't know why.
Because it's quiet.
And it is
It's
very
quiet.
quiet, and it's and I get up earlier in the winter than in the summer because I like the dark. And I like being out before the idiots get in their cars to go anywhere.
Well, that's valid.
Yeah.
That's very true, yes.
That's valid.
And it's amazing because I only have, a mile drive?
Probably not even.
Yeah, like my house is through the woods. It's still very dangerous out there.
Through the woods.
It is. It's
Literally
through the woods.
I know it just
roundabout
sounds funny when you say it.
It is.
Well, I can't drive through the woods because the doe are there, the deer are
Oh
there.
my god.
But,
Or else she would.
no, I wouldn't. I don't know. People in traffic laws, they're, like,
Now, Columbus is a very special overall group of drivers, and they don't know how to merge, stop, and they
be
take
patient.
like, no, they're patient when they have to make a right-hand turn.
No, they're not.
Are you kidding me? It
Yeah.
takes like 5 minutes for them to take a right-hand turn sometimes.
So like I was behind someone trying to turn right onto 33 I was leaving Dill's greenhouse because that's the best greenhouse in the city, even though it's in Canal Winchester. I mean, it's a drive, but it's worth the drive. It's worth the drive. I was throwing houses down there. Like, oh, great, I get to go to Dill's. But turning right just to go back to get on to get off to come back onto 33 the right way. And this car didn't want to wait an extra 2 minutes for people in front of him to go, so he just went down in the grass, then got into the freeway.
Oh,
That's because you wanted him to wait. They do whatever you don't want them to do.
Well, and here in Dublin, you're in a turn lane only to go left, and then there's cars going straight, and then there's cars turning right. Well, then you have these teenagers that come up and make a new lane in the left into oncoming traffic to get around you.
I see what you're saying. I'm talking about like
It's horrible.
I'm talking about if I'm like 4 car lengths behind a guy and he's turning into a restaurant. And I'm like, just make the turn. They're just.
Or they gotta go way left to go right.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god.
And a
Cars
roundabout.
can turn nowadays. Oh, don't get started on the roundabouts.
The roundabout's
It's
a
like
whole
I could have
different
gone
thing.
10 times already. You don't
Yeah.
have to wait for every car you can see to go.
Yeah. Have you guys noticed, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody, that all the bad drivers are driving CRVs?
I haven't noticed it, but I think you're right, yeah.
I see a lot of Priuses that are not very good drivers. Yeah.
Well, you're probably right about that,
And
but
Mercedes and BMW.
don't say it. Don't.
Just saying.
I'm a Beamer driver, and
Just saying.
we drive fine.
Okay.
We drive fast, and
Exactly.
we do what we got to do to get there, without regard to the rest of the public.
Speaking of being offensive, I'm not a big fan of Beamers.
No, why not?
I just don't think, I don't know like specs performance wise, but just looks wise.
His is pretty sharp though.
I
He
take
takes
a
good care
Porsche.
of it.
You what? You take a Porsche?
But how much is it to change your oil?
That's true.
Think so. I don't take it to the dealership. I take it to the best place, Auto Assets in Powell. They specifically work on German vehicles, and I think it's like a couple $100.
Yeah, because for a Porsche, it's like $800 for that.
Yeah, but I think they only do it like once a year.
I don't know,
For
but that's
Porsche.
insane.
Yeah.
We need
Insane.
Jennifer here.
Insane.
Yeah. The new Beamers do not look as good.
Some of the older ones, yeah.
Yeah, like they're going crazy with the grills anymore. I don't. One of the cars, I think it's the 5 Series. It actually looks like a beaver.
Hey, it rhymes with Beamer.
Beamer the Beamer?
Yeah, but I like Porsche too.
I do like the SUVs.
You know.
And I wouldn't mind having a convertible, what are they? Oh.
911?
Carrera. Yeah, or a 911.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
take an
Those are
Audi
pretty
SUV over a Porsche SUV though.
I'm scared of Audi.
Really?
Yeah, because they're Volkswagens.
But I
Well, so is
loved my
Porsche.
Volkswagen. I love my Volkswagen.
Porsche uses Volkswagen parts occasionally, but there's still some heritage there. That's still a Porsche.
I love my
I like it.
Volkswagen.
I like
Yeah.
Audis.
You have a Volkswagen
I
now?
had a Volkswagen.
Oh, okay.
Now I have an Acura.
Okay.
But depending on how much they change that Acura, I may look at the Audi.
Yeah, I like Acura too. I mean, get past that is odd.
You know, my thing is,
drive a
I
Honda,
like
it's awesome.
buying something that's actually like assembled at least.
Mhm.
So and I've sold houses to engineers that have worked on the RDX.
Mhm.
So it's kind of neat when you get to meet the people who help design the car
Yep.
you're driving.
Absolutely.
So I like to support local, and that's the way to do it. So it might be an Acura, which is not technically local, but it is local to our area. So
I think I'm going my next car. I think I'm going back to Dodge actually. I had a Chrysler 300. I love that car.
yeah, he loves the Hellcats.
I love Hellcats and like Dodge is the only place out there that are giving people what they actually want.
Well, and Steve had he had a Dodge Dakota for a very long time, and my mom had a Dodge Durango.
I
But
love
if you
Durangos.
ever look at a Durango, all of them have the same issue. Their bumper all looks like they're gonna fall off. Like there's a gap between where the bumper hooks in the rear end.
Yeah.
Just like if you ever look at an Explorer, the Explorer back panel where it says Ford, they're all cracked in the same spot.
Really. I would go
It's the weirdest
Durango.
thing.
I would do another 300, and I would
The new
definitely
Durangos look good though.
go Charger or even Challenger. There's a guy I
Didn't those
follow.
get discontinued?
Which ones?
The Charger and Challenger?
They're
Or aren't they, or is it a rumor?
the engine is probably disconnected.
Yeah.
They're probably
Okay.
going electric
Yeah.
next.
Electric.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a guy on one of the YouTube channels I follow. He like swaps Hellcat engines into like 300s. Like he'll
Oh,
give you
wow.
a Hellcat 300. And, like they sound amazing. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I like driving the Corvette.
Yeah.
That Corvette's sharp.
Yes.
Yeah. The first time I saw you in that, I'm like,
What?
and she revved it too. Like she knew what she was doing. We were in a parking garage, and we were at like some like
event.
Yeah, some event or some class, and like she got it in all over here. I'm like, who is that? And
that's just how it starts.
And I see her barely looking over the steering wheel. I'm like, what in the
I'm the
world?
opposite. I'm out looking over the top.
His eyes come to where the windshield is.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So like he has to duck down.
Yeah, either I'm like sitting up really tall or like ducking down.
You can't move the seat down or up?
You can, but not for him.
Not
Yeah.
enough
Not
for
for
you.
giraffe neck.
If I move it, we're on a podcast. We should be nice here.
Sure.
No, if I
Wow.
You
can't.
laugh.
The seat, I know. The seat is all the way down when I drive, and if I push it up, I can see over just fine, but I can't see very well in front of me.
Mm.
So that's why, like, I have to put it all the way down, and then just kind of find the in between. It
Yeah.
depends on what's in front of me. If there's nothing in front of me, I can kind of look up a little bit. But
Yeah.
at certain lights, I'm like trying to see what the color of the light is.
Are you driving yet?
No, I can start driving this month actually.
Okay.
I can get my permit. So I
Nice.
can get my test like as soon as this weekend.
What's the dream car for you?
Dodge Hellcat.
Which one though? Any of them? Or?
I thought there's a bunch of different Hellcats, right?
Yeah.
Because the Hellcat's just the engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the Challengers.
Challenger. Yeah. If there was any car you could have, what will be it?
Me or him?
Anybody.
Oh, a
62.
Maserati.
62 Corvette,
62 Corvette.
black with chrome.
Okay.
Maserati SUV or a 1972 Yellowstone Ready T-top Corvette.
Nice. What about
I'm
you?
still sticking with my Challenger.
Yeah, Challenger. All right.
But I think he's gonna end up too tall to even drive the Challenger.
No, Challenger has a bunch of room in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's big. It's big.
Okay.
It's big. It's big.
Because someone was just saying they know a teenager who's like 6'7", so he drives a Denali
Mm.
because he's so big.
Yeah. I don't know, man. For me, I'm getting to
It's a
that
good
age.
excuse to get a Denali.
I'm getting to that age where like I'm comfort over speed right now.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I'm comfort
So,
over everything.
I'm trying to. I think if like money was no object, it would be like probably one of the Rolls Royces.
Well, yeah, those are big and a nice
Yeah,
inside.
I
But
just-
then you gotta get a driver.
I
If
wanna
money was
float.
no option, we would just be driven everywhere.
No, I'd still
I don't
want to
even
drive.
think
No, I'd take driving a 62 Corvette over.
But
Yeah.
I could
Getting
work
drove.
and drive.
Yeah, that's true.
Or I work and be
Be more
driven.
productive, but
Yes.
I still like to drive. And not you're talking about the Phantom. I'm talking about like a Ghost and the
Yeah.
Spectre. Those are both drivers' cars still. But yeah,
No, some of the Maybachs are nice.
Yeah.
those are nice
Those,
too.
If I was being driven.
But it's just, I mean, it's a Mercedes, so like I think you just pay an extra for the the Maybach name.
Now I did see
Wait,
one
I-
Mercedes, and I don't know what it was, but it was like a real sweet like silver matte.
Mm.
Like it still was like sparkly but
Mhm.
matte. It was like the coolest paint job I'd seen on any car
So I saw
with black rims and stuff.
an awesome paint job on Alfa Romero SUV. It was
Mhm.
a green. It was like a real loud green, but it was pretty and it was sparkly and black. It was all blacked out, but the paint just like popped on it.
I dated a guy with a lime green Porsche,
Yeah.
but I saw one today, convertible lime green Porsche.
Mm.
I was like, that's pretty cool that they still have lime green ones occasionally.
I still like driving G63s,
Yeah.
G-Wagons. I don't know, they're just fun to drive.
I don't know. I've never driven one, so I don't know. But they seem like
Think
suburban mom cars to me.
Think a Jeep, but actually
That fits
enjoyable.
Jake, suburban
Yeah.
mom car.
No, it's like a Jeep, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's actually
Comfortable.
fun to drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can actually take it off of it. That's what it's meant for.
Mhm.
It's not meant for a suburban mom.
Have you ever seen the big? I don't know how many wheels it is, but I'm gonna say 6-wheeler one.
Yeah.
They have. I think they're mostly in the Middle East. But
6 wheels.
Yeah.
yeah, they have like it's almost like a truck,
Yeah.
but the back is 2 seats, and it's convertible in the back.
Wow.
Mhm.
I think LeBron has one.
Oh, did you hear about Kyrie?
Ooh.
Kyrie?
Yeah, better known to most people as Kyrie.
Oh,
But I
Kyrie.
call him Kyrie because he's always crying all the time.
Oh, okay.
It drives Jonathan nuts. This is the face he usually makes at me, which is the Kyrie's crying again because now he wants to play with LeBron again. It's like, you little moron, you should have just shut up, played with LeBron, got in a ring, and been done with it by now.
Okay.
We are so on topic here.
It's okay.
I'm not saying we need to be.
He's one of my favorite players to watch. I mean, he balls. He's crazy. I mean, his handles.
I can't deal with the drama in the NBA. I can't deal with the bad overacting and the big baby attitude with the millionaire pockets.
But you watch soccer.
I don't watch soccer.
Oh, okay.
Soccer's stupid. I might as well watch golf.
I was gonna say soccer. They do a lot of flopping and a lot of dramatics.
I like contact sports, full contact sports.
Me too.
Football, hockey. I don't like this, you know.
I like basketball, man.
And I can't for the life of me watch women's sports.
Oh.
I feel bad, but I can't for the life of me watch it.
I love women's softball. I love women's tennis.
My husband likes watching that stuff too.
And women's college basketball is really good, and I'm starting to come around on the WNBA a little bit.
Well, PSA for anyone that meets me, I do not play basketball.
No?
And Jonathan does
what a
not play
waste
football.
of height and what a waste of muscle.
I wasn't tall until later.
Yeah?
So it was too late by the time I actually got tall. I wasn't even considered tall until like senior year of high school.
Where'd you grow up?
Where?
Where?
Hilliard.
Down the road.
Yeah.
All right, that says a lot. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't even know what that means.
I remember one time I met Don Emmerich. So back in the day when I first met Don Emmerich, he grew up in Lorain, and I grew up in Vermilion. So when he first met me, he's like, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Vermilion." He's like, "Oh, that says a lot." And then I was like, "Where are you from?" And he's like, "Lorain." I'm like, "Yeah, that says a lot."
I know
too,
people
buddy.
from Lorain can't say anything about anybody. Like,
I was like, "That says a lot too. What are you talking about?"
Yep.
But it's funny because I tend to get along with anyone who grew up in that Cleveland area. So even though I didn't grow up in the Cleveland area, I think it's still that. But I think it's the northern attitude. You're tough because you grew up in the snow belt. So you know how to survive the crappy winters, unlike the gentleman over here who really wants to move to California.
I know how to survive the winters, though.
I don't
It's
know.
not that I can't. I surely
Oh no,
can.
you resemble Cryree on occasions. Like, it's cold.
Yeah,
I think
like the cold.
I think it makes us better agents being from that area, though, to be totally honest with you, because we're still like nice people, but we don't shy away from the confrontation when it's time to.
Right, like I'm
She
to the
does not.
point.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like blunt to the point, which a lot of people take as abrasive, but it's just, you know, would you rather I blow smoke up your butt, or would you rather me just kind of tell you how it is?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I'd rather tell someone how it is and let them make a decision and give them the information they need to make that decision and not try to sugarcoat something so that they maybe make a bad decision.
And that's definitely a northern characteristic, I
I did
feel.
not realize.
Yeah. People in Pittsburgh are like that, too.
Okay, and that's why I sort of get along with Russ. Can't let him know.
Yeah, yeah,
I told him he's not quite family yet.
yeah. I mean, you know, it's a nice city, but, you know, I'm not a fan of their sports.
Well, Steve grew up real close to there.
Cincinnati?
No,
No.
Pittsburgh.
Or Pittsburgh, no. I never root for people like, so the Browns are always out. They're out at the playoffs at the end. They're not in it. And Cincinnati's still playing. They're like, oh, are you going to root for Cincinnati because they're Ohio? No, absolutely not.
I went to school in Cincinnati, so
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
biased.
All
Okay?
right,
I have a reason.
Are you a Bearcat?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
I'm still salty about the whole Art Modell selling the Browns thing.
I'll forever be salty.
Like, I literally got rid of everything I owned that was Browns. Like, I got rid of blankets, I got rid of everything. Clothes, you name it. And when the stupid Ravens won,
Yeah, it
I
hurts.
was so mad.
It definitely
And then
hurts.
when the Ding Dong died,
Yeah.
and they wore those art patches, I was so mad about that.
Yeah, it definitely hurts, but like that's my jam. I'm devoted. My license plate, Cleveland Browns. I'm Cleveland Brown. I'm Cleveland everything, to be told. Guardians,
Well, see, and I grew up.
Cavs.
I moved to Akron first, so I was in Akron for 3 years before here. So the Cavs played in Richfield, and
Close.
they all lived where I worked.
Mm.
So they would come into where I worked to have food before the game. It was kind of like a tradition. And so I grew up around like Mark Price, Danny Ferry, Craig Elo, Henry James, Larry Nance. Like those guys would all come in, and back then it was like blue and orange.
Yep.
So when you saw some dude like ducking under the doorway to get in, and they order like a full-size spaghetti entree as their appetizer and then a large pizza as their meal, you know it's a Cleveland Cavalier.
God, that was such a great team.
It was such a great team. And Craig Elo, I was like,
If it wouldn't, listen, I mean, that's the Cleveland story, though. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan, we probably would have won a couple of champions, at least
and
one.
all my friends knocked on Craig Elo, but he had to guard against Michael Jordan.
There's a lot of people have that story, you know, so, you know.
And they all bring
But he
up
definitely should not have been the one guarding him at the end.
Oh, come on. They all bring up the shot.
I mean, it's a seminal moment in basketball history.
But I feel like that's when sports was great. Like, I feel like the Bernie Kosar days, that's when football was great. And, you know, the Cavs were great when they were actually in Akron.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the Akron cheerleaders from the University of Akron. And it was just, it felt more like small town. Now everything's so expensive to go. It's a lot harder to go. We would go to all kinds of basketball games back then. And football games. I mean, I could afford to I took 10 of my friends to, like, the last game in the Cleveland Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And couldn't do that now. I mean, it's so expensive.
Yeah, I was at that
crazy.
game. I think
the stadium was falling apart before our eyes.
Yeah, I got a light bulb out of the scoreboard, by the way.
That's pretty cool.
I think that sports nowadays, I think the athletes are better, but I think I enjoyed sports better back then.
Right,
when
like it seemed more like team sports.
Yeah, and they were allowed to do more gnarly things now.
Yes, like
yeah, you touch a quarterback now, it's a penalty, but before they were. I have a picture hung up in my man cave of Turkey Jones slamming Terry Bradshaw on his head.
Oh, wow.
Like, you could never do that nowadays.
No, there are a lot. Well, and you know what? It did contribute to a lot of health issues.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fair.
For sure.
And I feel bad, but we do like violent sports.
Yeah.
Entertaining.
So this country is entertained by violence.
Do you like soccer?
No, not really.
No? Okay. I find a lot of the younger kids are into soccer.
Well, he used to play soccer when he was little. It's like, dude, you're gonna outgrow soccer pretty quick. But you know, he's always gone to. We've always taken him to like hockey games, basketball games, football games. So he goes to the Buckeyes games usually every year. I saw.
I think it was on Instagram that some guy in soccer, because that's a world sport, right? Some guy in soccer
loves it.
Yeah, I think some guy in soccer just signed a contract that is equal to an NFL team's salary cap.
I heard that too.
Oh yeah.
It's like 1 year and like 200 something million.
I don't remember that.
Messi just left PSG and then Benzema just left from another team. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who it was. I don't even know what you just said, by the way.
I have no clue. He watches all, like he follows all sports, but.
Yeah, I know the name Messi, but when you with PSG or something like that, I'm like,
That's what he played. That's what he played for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he stays up all on sports, and I couldn't tell you a soccer team to save my life.
Columbus
Oh wait,
Crew.
the Columbus Crew. I got one. I got one. All right, Darryl. All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap up, but it's always a pleasure seeing Darryl, and just miss him a lot.
Yeah,
really
man,
wish
I'm
that,
happy to be here, happy to be back. Good to see you guys as usual.
Yeah,
This guy, last time I saw him, he was like, I'm getting old.
Yeah, aren't we all? But thanks for joining us. Always a pleasure. And as always, remember to like, follow, subscribe, Shannon Grimm Realtor, and whatever else he says at the end.
Hit the notification bell.
Thank you.